honored to be here. I will do my best as a governor to limit my comments to 5 minutes. Senator Cantwell, thank you for having us, ranking member, and I will join, I'm sure, Senator Wicker, in inviting you to come to the beautiful Mississippi Gulf Coast, and I will look forward to coming back to your state. What a gorgeous state it is, and how much I enjoyed my visits there. So we will begin by saying it's an honor and pleasure to appear before the Senate Commerce Committee to discuss one of my favorite topics, the blue economy. According to the Center for the Blue Economy, the term has three related and distinct meanings. First, the overall contribution of the oceans to the economics of the world. Second, the need to address the environmental and ecological sustainability of the oceans. And finally, the ocean economy as a growing opportunity for developed and developing nations. On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we've embraced the blue economy with all our energy and ingenuity. Above all other concerns, we care about our land, our air, and our water. They're a part of our heritage and a part of our community. Mississippians live, work, play, and learn on the beautiful waters of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. The finest seafood in the world comes from these waters. This industry provides thousands of jobs along with high quality and delicious fish, shrimp, and oysters. We work with the inspectors of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Seafood Inspection Services to ensure the safety and high quality of the seafood industry. We continue to grow this industry through research, innovation, and conservation practices. For example, the Mississippi Oyster Council was formed in 2015. It has provided a detailed plan to reach our goal of 1 million sacks a year. The work of the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources enhances the opportunity to protect and grow the seafood industry in collaboration with our federal partners in Congress, NOAA, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and the White House. Shipbuilding has long been a part of the blue economy on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. For 80 years, Huntington Ingalls has supplied the U.S. Navy and our allies with the most advanced warships in the world. Nearly 12,000 employees now work in the shipyard of the future in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Hundreds more work at V.T. Halter Marine and U.S. Marine Incorporated. We like to say in Mississippi, if it floats and fights, more than likely it was built on the Gulf Coast. Port of Gulfport, Port of Pascagoula, Port of Bienville opened the Gulf Coast and Mississippi to the world. These deep water ports in Jackson and Harrison County continue to help increase exports by 259% in just the last 10 years. The Port of Gulfport, which was totally destroyed by Hurricane Katrina on August 29, 2005, has been completely restored and reopened officially in December of 2018. It has been designated as a strategic seaport by the U.S. Department of Defense and is currently the third busiest container port in the Gulf of Mexico. The $570 million restoration after Katrina has been closely monitored by HUD since its conception. The port has met and exceeded all requirements, and we believe it is a model of efficiency for future restoration projects. The port also houses the University of Southern Mississippi Marine Resource Center and plans to construct an Ocean Enterprise Center in conjunction with the U.S. Navy and NOAA. These plans are currently underway in order to meet the requirements of the C-Note Act. As you know, the Act encourages NOAA to partner with the Secretary of Navy on unmanned maritime systems technology. At the Port of Gulfport, we have engaged private, academic, and public sectors to achieve this goal. Keesler Air Force Base, located in the city of Biloxi, is headquarters to the 2nd Air Force, the 81st Training Wing of Air Education, the Training Command of 403 Wing of the Air Force Reserve, and the 85th Engineering Installation Squadron. Since 1941, Keesler has trained some of the finest pilots in the Air Force, to include the Tuskegee Airmen. Today, the base is home to 11,000 civilian and military personnel who serve in a variety of duties, including the 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron, known affectionately to us as the Hurricane Hunters. Now, I'd like to describe the blue economy as being the top of the sky to the bottom of the ocean. No one knows the sky better than NASA. The John C. Stennis Space Center in Hancock County, Mississippi has tested the propulsion systems for every spacecraft since Apollo. Today, SpaceX and Aerojet Rocketdyne test their deep space propulsion systems at Stennis Space Center in Hancock County. Man may go to Mars one day and return safely to Earth, but he's going to have to pass through Hancock County to get there. Mr. Chairman, my limited time will not allow me to present all the exciting projects and benefits of the blue economy. If time permitted, I would be delighted to tell you about a world-class aquarium now under construction in Gulfport, or the creation of the National Oceanographic Application Research Center, how we're restoring the Gulf after the disaster of the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, and how funding from the Restore Act has saved hundreds of miles of living shoreline, marine life, and their habitats along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I would brag on the Naval Construction Battalion Center in Gulfport and the great work of the 2 Coast Guard stations in Gulfport and Pascagoula, but it seems I've run out of time. I'm extremely grateful to speak before you today and look forward to my fellow presenters' statement and answering any questions you may have. And I request, Mr. Chairman, that you include the following 2 reports into the record: the Mississippi Defense Initiative Strategic Plan and the Ocean Task Force Report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, they'll be received.
Thank you, sir.